so many times when things, I'm gonna hit this one first because this has to do with the show series Top Gear. Now we know people love cars, women love cars, men love cars, success, the car. Well, there's the guy, the big waffly looking one, right? That Gear on the BBC. It's a world-renowned show. It has millions of viewers around the world. Now, the guy, they suspended him for hitting a producer. So he struck a producer. A certain situation, a scene, a cut, what was said, are responsible to make sure that things happen as they should to make the show run according to plan, whether it's vehicles being on time, whether it's, or a producer of sorts. Now, what would have gotten him so perturbed to strike out at a producer? We don't know, female, male, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're not supposed to hit another person. You shouldn't enter that space. You know what I mean? That 3 foot, 2 foot world that's yours. But let me tell you what I find most disturbing. Our priorities are no longer, well, I'm not sure if they ever were, but they are not the people. They are not the human dignity, respect for one's person, human nature. Because of our compass. Our compass is all wrong. So-called slogan. Quote out, where the fate lead us, a ship without a rudder. And this guy basically said, listen, the BBC executive said, we're pulling the last 3 episodes, they will not air. So this guy gets on and tweets to his 45 million fans. He tweets, listen, it's fine to penalize me. So one, I'm admitting I'm wrong. Okay, good on you, in a sense. But why penalize the fans by not letting them see me in my last 3 moments of glory? Why deprive me of my last 3 episodes of glory to make my fans forget that I gave somebody a ringer? This is what he said. Why should, I did the wrong. Why should we, why should the fans be deprived of the last 3 episodes? I mean, I gave the person the ringer. Let's not deprive the fans. Part 1. Why deprive me of my moment of glory and let them forget that I gave somebody a ringer? Part 2. If the 3 shows go on, there's no need to show that there's a repercussion for such juvenile behavior. Recognizing the wrong of their superstar. A person who they hold in such a Stokes. I have to do that with my boy every morning, right there. Takes care of the children, walk across the street, Prospect Prime. So, big up Stokes, right? Now, if he feels like, the show could still go on, then it's not even really attorning itself to the wrong that is really done. And on top of it, the fans have no need to apply pressure for him not to do that again. Only out of the 45 million that he tweets to, only 350,000, okay, actually said he shouldn't be suspended or whatever, bring him back on the air. It was not so big a deal. But it does not represent the masses. 45 million, that's not even 1%. That's not even 1%. The 350,000 is not even 1%. You see what I'm saying? So we have to look at the fact that if people do wrong, one of the biggest places they feel that they're going to be hurt most is in the court of public opinion. Come on. Things happen. I get people like just mashing up a face, just going clear. It's like, you can take your time. You can't run a blind corner going fast. But anyway, what can I say? See, this is what I'm talking about. go call her boyfriend. Tell her, he said this to me. Next thing you know, everything's all in a fight, man. It's crazy. But still, it was like, but the guy couldn't but these like don't even, thank you, these like don't even curly girls just going off like she wants to fight the guy. I don't get it. Lest I digress. People got a serious problem. Not just in Bermuda, but on a humanistic level, we have Houston. And it's because of the lack of humanity, the recognition that every one single thing that's done wrong to somebody is something that cannot be tolerated in the fullness. And they could think about it and say, well, hey, you know what? He did something wrong. And we cannot support that. But no, the fans are like, look, just give us the show. We don't really care. We just like the show. It ain't got nothing to do with us. And if we put that message out there, foo-foo. Foo-foo, foo-foo. So I say that to say, listen, buddy, take your licks like a man, okay? Leave your fans out of this until he serves his time. Then we can see those shares always around. Somebody's going to leak them anyway. Next thing you know, they'll be online. They'll make millions and billions of dollars on you. And everybody will be happy. It's business, dude. The more suspense and thriller and wrong and gut and grime and blah, 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 blah. Everybody loves it. Anyway, that's my piece on that. You know what I'm saying? Fresh TV, the best TV. And of course, I'm getting to the gay, it was stated as the gay priest. There's no such thing as a gay priest. I can tell you that right now. There is no such thing as a gay priest. Shoot. Well, no, I'm sorry. There are such things as gay priests. Very happily going gay priests. But there's no such thing as a same-sex practitioner. Forget that gay word. That just means jolly. A same-sex practitioner. There's no such thing as a priest that is a same-sex practitioner. That is an oxymoron. That is an absolute... My God. But we had a couple visit us the other day, and they said, oh, this is the... and he has his spouse. But if God had created the order of this world, not Bermuda, not Canada, not the order of this world and universe is set on a course. First and foremost, it's the world spins on an axis. Secondly, it is in rotation. Is this not an order? Is this not a rightful order in which we are in? Because if it were to stop, if the world were to stop, just look it up online. What will happen? Just look it up. As the world was set in motion and the oceans were meant to rise and the fish to spawn and the animals. If the order anomaly of the animal who lost its way to try and mount another animal of the same sex, if that were to be the case all the way, wouldn't surely the animals would have died out? One has to think about what is the spiritual life and what is the physical life in this matter. For they are both two separate entities. One is the carnal flesh of the mortal, not immortal, the mortal man. Not immortal, the mortal man, the carnal flesh of the mortal man. Then the next is the eternal spirit, in which you can embrace to actually get to those realms, or you can deny yourself by what you do with your carnal flesh. It's true. All this fair game. Man to man, woman to woman, blah, 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 blah. This is normal. It has happened in the history of mankind. One cannot deny this. One cannot deny this. One day women discovered themselves, amongst themselves, with themselves, in the cage of what they call orgyism. Okay? Huge, yes. And that's where this promiscuity would have taken place in its initial stages, right? About the same-sex adventures. But we are talking about the spiritual realms that God has set out, and there is a specific set of perimeters. Don't think it at all. But what I am doing is defending the edifice that is holy and supposed to be holy in all, without spots, blemish, wrinkle. You know, I tell you guys, look, man, it don't make sense you're looking at a book and thinking that if you read the first, chapter, that you've got the whole meal of the book. If you stop on one point and you stick to that and say, aha, look, Caligula, first 3 books, and you saw where man with man and da-da-da-da-da, but then you didn't read on, then you'll miss the fullness of what the book is supposed to be taken as, and that the spiritual realm cuts off by saying, listen, I'm free and you can't judge me, and so therefore I have my same-sex practitioner, and this is the model in which God has set forth. Are you serious? Are we really serious to believe that same-sex practitioning is to be seen in a pulpit with 2 men kissing and hugging on a pulpit as the ideal look of what humanity is supposed to be, the real model? What is the end game that no matter what happens in life, no matter what happens in our word, is the rock that we turn to say this is the ideal for humanity? It's up and down and in and out. This is the ideal. Where do we turn now? The church is now being depleted from that. You know, as orthodoxy, meaning serving right faith, it doesn't mean that it's just in the Ethiopian church. It means for every right-thinking person, every right-thinking Christian, every right-thinking Jew, every right-thinking Muslim, every right-thinking Buddhist, every right-thinking... once you get to that point, you would realize that you have to deny yourself that simplest pleasure that you take for granted. One may say that we have no choice. Everything and everybody in life has a choice. To deny yourself that would to say that God... spiritual freedom in our life. He born us into that. Yes. You may grow and never know until you're of the age when your mind comes ripe. Yes, a huge part of our life is programmed. A huge part of our life. Up until the age of 11, 12, 13, you have been programmed. And many children fight that programming. That's why they fight it. Because, see, the child is born with free will. It's unreal. This is how God made us. So to deny yourself that and then say there's no choice, I have no choice, is to say that the same God you serve has parted some of that and said, well, listen, same-sex practitioners, they don't have a choice in what they do as an action. Some feelings that you may have are not about choices. That is the truth. Like fear, for instance. You're walking down a dark road. Fear overcomes you. You see a shadow. Fear overcomes you. A feeling goes over your body that it's uncontrollable. It's a reaction. The hairs stand up on you. But when you say that, don't tell me you didn't feel that. When you call that name or on that power within yourself, if it is that desire, that fear will flee. That's the power that the God who created humanity and this world gave us. To break every single chain from the spiritual realm. Mercy. Your physical condition sometimes cannot be moved, and that's the truth. Sometimes it is. It's like a person born in the projects of South Africa, the Shanti. It's not a choice. That's how you were born. That's dumb luck, good luck, bad luck. It's not to say it's a cursing, it's a damn curse if you're born in those projects like that, until you can get out and you can maybe see the light and change that into I'm glad it happened. But I won't think not too many people would say that. Because it's not a choice. Where you're born is not a choice. How you're conceived is not a choice. That is the... Huh? If your mama tells you, don't touch the stove, and you touch it and you get burned. See, now you start seeing yourself coming to Jesus. You're understanding. Once you come into an understanding, you no longer can say you're blameless of choice. And I make it clear, it's not to say that you cannot be a same-sex practitioner. And it's not to say you should be treated any differently within this human context as a same-sex practitioner. That is your personal life, that you can do anything you want to do with this edifice which God gave you. So it's not a hating perspective, but I am talking about the sanctification and the preservation of the institution which God created as a neutral place is to congregate in the like mind and spirit to grow a stronger and nurture and multiply a stronger humankind in the world. This is the reason for the ark. That was the reason. Every church is an ark. But if you believe that that we should be standing there and the assembly, what do you do? I'm gonna be honest, man. What do you do as a priest, man? Faith. Because it has a provision for everything that we need within the spiritual realms of the church. It has provision. I.e., people can choose how they want to go forward with their spiritual life. I want to be married. I want to be a married priest. Okay, you be a married priest. I don't want to be a married priest. Okay, you don't want to be a married priest. I want to be a deacon. Okay, you want to be a deacon. Okay, you want to be a married deacon? I want to be a married deacon. Yes, I do. Because if I'm a married deacon, then I could be a married priest. So you get to make these changes and get to make these choices right on the line. So that way, when you go forth, I'm a married... no. But in any event, right? It is what it is. The Wesley Methodist Church, I don't know how their congregation can sit there and honestly be honest with themselves. In this community, I don't understand. I mean, that's some serious cultivation right there. I'd love to see how you preparing a global thing for something like this. I just think it's unbelievable.